Trump steps up immigration crackdown.
France and German leaders discussed Trump tariff threats.
PM conveys strong message about Vietnam in Davos 2025.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Ha Zhang, your host. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration is deploying additional troops at the border with Mexico to assist in dealing with the growing illegal border crossing. This comes after President Trump declared a national emergency at the border and pledged to stop a wave of illegal migrants entering the United States.
According to the White House, President Trump signed an executive order to mobilize an additional 1,500 troops to the border with Mexico to support the 2,200 troops already at the border before Trump's inauguration to strengthen security. In addition to deploying troops, the U.S. military also supports logistical missions such as data entry, surveillance, and air transport provision to support flights deporting illegal immigrants. Trump also plans to mobilize about 10,000 troops to the border after asserting that undocumented migrants are posing a major threat to national security and public safety. Under Joe Biden's administration, the United States has seen a huge influx of migrants. In 2023, border agents reported a record 2.8 million encounters with migrants.
France and Germany need to take action for a strong Europe. This statement was made during a meeting between French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, who is on a visit to Paris to discuss measures to counter the tax policy under new U.S. President Donald Trump.
Speaking at a joint press conference with French President at the Élysée Palace, Scholz said the White House boss would be a challenge for Europe, but the continent would be a constructive and assertive partner. According to him, Europe must be strong and resilient in the moving world. French President Macron said that after the new administration in the United States took office, the people of Europe in general, France and Germany in particular, should play a role in strengthening a united, strong and sovereign Europe more than ever before. The two leaders also stressed the importance of steel, automotive and chemical industries, potential targets that could be imposed by the U.S. to the European economy.
At the World Economic Forum WEF 2025 in Davos, Switzerland, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính conveyed a strong message about Vietnam with determination, aspiration, and vision towards strategic development goals in the next 20 years.
The 55th WEF conference was attended by some 3,000 leaders from countries, international organizations, and the world's leading corporations. This is an opportunity to discuss the orientation, development priorities, and opportunities that Vietnam can bring to partners. At WEF conferences, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh affirmed that Vietnam is a dynamic, innovative, and open country that is welcoming international investors, while committing to improving the business environment, creating favorable conditions for foreign enterprises. In addition, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh also stressed the important role of Vietnam in its efforts to address global issues such as climate change, energy security, and food security. He pledged that Vietnam will continue to contribute positively to global initiatives, fostering regional and international cooperation to build a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world.
Coming up next are some updated news.
Nghệ An Province is preparing for job fair to be held in VSIP Industrial Park in Hung Tay Commune, Hung Nguyen District on February 8. Nearly 20 enterprises in VSIP Industrial Park and some other enterprises in Hung Nguyen District have registered to recruit 36,000 unskilled workers and more than 4,000 trained workers. Large recruitment enterprises focusing on occupations such as electricity, electronics, optics, machinery manufacturing, and textiles. It is expected that about 3,000 workers from Vinh City and nearby districts, as well as students from universities, colleges, and vocational schools in the province will participate in this job fair.
Vietnam aims to increase GDP by at least 8% and double-digit growth in the following years. Accordingly, it will prioritize promoting growth associated with macroeconomic stability, controlling inflation, ensuring large balances of the economy. To achieve this goal, one of Vietnam's strategic pillars is infrastructure development. On this basis, Vietnam is expected to complete the North-South high-speed railway in about 10 years. The railway project connecting Vietnam with China, Central Asia and Europe can also be started.
Celebration of the 70th anniversary of Vietnamese Doctors' Day on February 27th, and in response to the 2025 Voluntary Blood Donation, Red Spring Festival, launched by the National Steering Committee for Voluntary Blood Donation in Vietnam. On January 23rd, the Red Drops of the White Blouse Festival took place at the Nghệ An Hematology and Blood Transfusion Center. Nearly 1,500 volunteers from 43 healthcare units and facilities in Vinh City and its vicinity participated in the event. The target is to collect 1,350 blood units to replenish the blood supply for patients during the upcoming Tet holiday. This is an annual event organized by Nghệ An healthcare sector at the beginning of the new year for the past 10 years and has always received positive engagement from all health sector staff.
In the cold of the year-end days, fishermen continue to go to sea with hope to bring back abundant seafood to sustain their lives and celebrate a warm Tet holiday with their families. Fishermen are excited about the income, while traders are also thrilled to purchase quality seafood to supply it to the markets during this Tet season.
Early in the morning at Ghi Thuy Fish Port in Vinh City, most of the large-capacity fishing boats have returned to shore. Most of the main sources of seafood these days come from local near-shore fishermen and products brought in from elsewhere for transactions. Compared to regular days, prices of various items have increased by 10 to 20%, but both buyers and sellers are very optimistic.
These days are very busy. Many types of fish.
Productivity is very high. There are trips with lower output but high value, especially the trips at the end of the year.
The fish ports in Dien Chau also bustle with the last fishing trips of the year returning to shore. Favorable weather has led to a bountiful catch, with a high percentage of export quality goods and good prices. During this Tet season, the consumption need surges by 20 to 30% compared to usual days, providing motivation for local fishermen to continue venturing out to sea.
We encourage fishermen to continue to go out to sea to catch seafood in the winter fishing season because there are many products with high value.
Currently, Nghệ An has over 3,400 fishing vessels, including more than 1,200 boats operating offshore. As the year draws to a close, the atmosphere at the fish ports becomes increasingly lively. Boats heavily laden with seafood arrive continuously, bringing joy to fishermen preparing for Tet and enabling their families to gather during the year-end festivities.
This is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.